Make sure the
Audi is broken.
Okay. Should be good to go. Now just give it a few more minutes. That way we can have more people on here as well. But either way, how y'all guys doing, man? How was y'all's holidays? If y'all celebrated Christmas and all that.
Yeah, I definitely celebrate Christmas. I had a great time with family. Nice. Now I really take a proper break over Christmas, and my business kind of shuts down. So it's nice. It's the one time of the year when I can really actually switch off. But kind of fucking crypto takes over instead now.
Crypto takes over 24/7.
Especially just before the bull run.
Seems like have you seen? I saw a Twitter post of somebody posting about USDT. The pegged is dropping.
I don't know. I saw that.
Interesting.
The Martini guy, some of the other major calls were saying, keep an eye on this. Could be, the bubble could burst in Bitcoin. But we've heard that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think it's just recycled FUD.
Sounds like horse shit to me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let's see. Titanx.
So Josh, is this your new permanent setup you've got going on?
Yeah, it's not permanent. It's very temporary. I literally just had like half an hour spare this afternoon, so I unpacked all my boxes, got everything out of storage. I've got like an office space, which is really cool. So I actually have somewhere away from the family, away from the kitchen counter to stream from, which is completely new. I've actually left I got 10 of my family members indoors at the minute, like all partying, drinking. You got the music playing. So I've literally said, right, guys, I'm gonna dip out for 45 minutes, and I'll be back later on.
Priorities.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Y'all will not believe what I'm still trying to get all this stuff together. Y'all won't believe what happened though.
I want to hear.
Just I wanted to wait till a few more people joined in, but bruh. So earlier today, oh my god, just my luck too. Earlier today, my wife and I were like, let's go get breakfast. Let's have a great day. It's gonna be an amazing time to spend time together, and this and that. And I'm like, all right, bet. We got ready. Decided to fire up my Audi. Well, on the way to the restaurant, a work truck's ladder drops in front of me. I run over it, right? Messed up my car completely.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I had to take it over to the repair shop, get estimates done. Police were there. The fire department was there. It was like a whole scene, bro. It was so embarrassing too. And it was in front of just everybody. And I was like, oh my god.
What did they need the fire department for?
They were just there. They were just cruising by, and they just put on their lights and they just stopped there making sure we were good. Yeah, we're good. It's only a ladder under my freaking car. That's about it. So we had to get all that taken care of. And I just got back from getting the estimates, bro. This thing's like 10 grand because it messed up my radiator, the support shit on it. It's 3 pages long of just parts and labor. 10 grand just to fix. That's an awesome time.
What's the story there then? Does that get covered by the truck's insurance?
That's the thing. So the police officer, he said that is going to have to fall under our insurance because there were no eyewitnesses that can guarantee that the ladder actually fell off from a car or something like that. So it's considered a collision.
Fucking hell.
Shit.
Yeah.
Not good. I feel for you, man. That's really unfortunate.
It sucks, man. Everything's just scratched, paint off on the bottom. Yeah,
Not feeling like the Audi King at the minute, right?
The crashed Audi King right here instead of crypto Audi King.
I don't know what Utah's talking about. What the hell is an F-350 diesel?
They don't know what the F bomb is. The F bomber.
Nope, haven't a clue.
With the boys. Yeah, so it's been one of them days. Great way to start off 2025, I guess. Close enough.
Can only get better.
You've squeezed it into the end of 24. You can play into 25, no problems. All the
I'm
shit
starting
gone.
early.
Yep.
Man, it is what it is. All right. Let's see. We got some people already starting over here. Crashed Audi King, yeah. F-350, Google it, Cowboy, Cadillac. There's Utah right there. We had a stream with Utah. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It went pretty good. Or 2 days ago. I don't even remember.
All the days blend into one over Goatmas.
Goatmas Eve. It's a big night. I'm getting excited. I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Goat alone.
Yeah, I'm going to drum up that meme now. Actually, I'm actually in the middle of doing the Goat alone meme, so I'm just trying to get the nice background with the Macaulay Culkin image. Stick the goat head on it.
I know we've had a few repeat offenders, but yeah, we've had quite the entries, haven't we?
Do you know how many entries there's been? So, Audi King, we're running a GoatX meme competition. It's fucking big prizes. What's the first place is like $1,500? Is it, Pat?
No, so it's £1,000 for the first prize, 500 for coming second, and 250 for coming third. So 1750 USDC prize for the best meme. So I mean, we've been leading with memes for a while, which has definitely worked. You know, followers are increasing, engagement's increasing. It's a laugh. It's getting the creative juices going with all of us. But yeah, the competition. Let me have a look. Last time I had a look, we had about 250. There's a few that have like put in like 10 and stuff, but still.
Yeah, the professional meme contest entrants. There's a lot of those guys kicking about.
Yeah.
I feel like the GOAT part makes the memes pretty easy out and going too. I've seen some of the memes coming out from it. They do give me a giggle or two.
They did give you a what? Sorry,
a giggle, like a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but it's half the spirit of it, right? You know, life is. Life is life. So it's good to have a bit of crack. And yeah, when we launched Inferno, we had a right laugh with that. So.
And y'all are launching in roughly 16 hours, right? Give or take.
That's it. Yeah. Tomorrow's the GOAT day.
Nice.
Protocol will be released to the masses 2 p.m. UTC. First mint cycle. Next up on the queue. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's the one up right now. That's what I'm talking about.
USDX is there as well. That's coming out soon, is it?
Which one?
USDX. Ouroboros is supposed to be launching. Kept saying before the end of the year, but maybe it's actually going to happen here in the next few days too.
Okay, I did not know that. And I've been saying I have been seeing, that the end of December, but I haven't really seen like an official. Have they even been active on Twitter? I haven't seen.
I'm kind of going by what other people are saying rather than what they've actually put out themselves.
Because last time they mentioned it was like December 17th.
Yeah, I would suggest that for just my assumption is I would suggest that is going to be a very timed launch in terms of where we are in the market, where Titanx ecosystem is. I don't think that's going to launch just. This is totally my opinion. I think if I was launching it, I would I would be trying to pick the perfect time. And I think, and you know, you never know when the bottom's in, so we need to see sort of some kind of reversal pattern, and then that's where I would probably launch at that point.
Yeah, that one's still a mysterious little protocol for me. I'm really intrigued about it, see what it can do, the potential behind it.
Yeah, could be really huge, actually.
Yeah, Paddy, the Irishman in the chat saying USDX was made to replace USDT. So that's we're taking over.
Perfect timing.
No, right? Imagine that. USDT crashing and then it just transferred over to USDX. Let's see. What do you guys want to cover?
Well, GoatX would be great. I mean, maybe we could do a little flash through the goat paper. You know, feel free to jump in with some questions.
Okay. We can
get a bit of hype going before tomorrow.
That works.
Seem good for you two?
Yeah, that works.
Ali? Yeah?
Yep, all good, yeah.
Cool.
There's no dark mode on here?
I've heard you ask that question many times, Audi.
I had to put that in there.
It's a good point. It's a good point. The DApp and the website is very dark, so we've gone for a contrast with the light mode on the white paper. The goat paper, actually. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm telling you, look at that. The GoatX. I saw. I think who was it? I can't remember. It was like let's freaking goat. That I like that one.
Yeah, there's some really good play on words that you can do, and like you can literally spin any single word into goat, and it somehow works. Like
yes, like whenever it comes to marketing and being creative with it, oh yeah, goat is a really good one.
Yeah. Cool. Do you want to introduce us, Pat?
Go on then. Are you ready, Crypto Audi King? We good?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Well, look. Firstly, it's great to be back on the show. I know last time, I think I was backstage. You had us on for Blaze, so feels like it's been an eternity in crypto, hasn't it? Since Blaze, and yeah, especially since Inferno. But we are super pumped because the GoatX is launching tomorrow, December the 28th at 2 p.m. UTC. So a little sort of Goatmas present for everyone in Titanx and outside of Titanx. So before we kind of go into the bits and pieces in the tokenomics and game theory, I always like to talk about MemeFi and just kind of introduce that and why we're doing GoatX, why we did Inferno. And so for me, sort of GoatX and Inferno are, two leading MemeFi protocols. Now, of course, we've got Inferno that's already been out. It's been out since July. And, I'm proud that they're both championing the emerging MemeFi standard within Titanx ecosystem that, I think not a lot of people probably realize it in the wider market, but it is a sub-industry within an industry coming out of Titanx. So I think we all experienced the power of MemeFi with Inferno when we launched that back in July. We had great fun working on the Inferno Bull character and coming up with the narrative of it being the mascot of the Titanx Bull Run. And of course, Bull Inferno synonymous with a very successful bull run. So that was very easy for people to digest. And of course, I think it was a crypto first 90% buy and burn. So sort of brought that, half meme coin, half DeFi aspect to it, bringing some utility for longevity. And, and that's worked, right? If you look at Inferno, I think it's one of the most slept on coins and slept on ecosystems in Titanx and beyond. I think is it over 60% burnt now, gents?
Yep, we're up to 60%. Yeah.
So that is a lot of supply that's been burnt already from a MemeFi protocol, not even including all of the other protocols that are there to support it, as is GoatX. So I think what we've seen, this kind of MemeFi combination has really spun other people to follow suit. We saw that with Alien X, we saw it with Awesome X, we saw it with Morpheus. So once Titanx really sort of goes to the masses, I think this is going to be huge. So, you know, as I said, personally, I had the time of my life with Inferno. Again, I'm having the time of my life with GoatX. The last week has been a lot of fun. And, you know, that's important, right? You know, bringing the fun back to crypto and making something that is really accessible to the mainstream. Because the one section of crypto that is very accessible to the mainstream is meme coins. And we're in a meme coin market. You know, we have been for years. I believe will continue to be for the foreseeable. I can only see it getting bigger and bigger because, you know, the younger generations, they get it. You know, it can go viral anytime. You know, humans love visuals. You know, even you said Crypto Audi King, there's been a few memes that made you giggle a bit, made you turn your head, you know, made you probably accept us to have this conversation with you today, as well as our track record, right? Because you can see it's something slightly different. You can see that we're marketing it slightly different to what others have done. So I think because of that, MemeFi has got so much legs, and I do believe it is going to be one of the next sort of evolutions within crypto. So with MemeFi and GoatX, what we're looking at is to combine that kind of viral power of memes with real DeFi mechanics and also a social architecture, the Goat Tribe, which we'll talk about as we go through this paper, because we want to give this a lot of longevity and also some credibility to the more serious investors as well. So look, I'd say in conclusion about MemeFi, it's pretty simple. It takes what works about meme coins, the viral growth, the community power, the mass adoption, and then also what works about DeFi, so utility, mechanics, the sustainability, the social hierarchy that we're going to be bringing into the protocol and the marketing and the follow-on narrative. So the last thing I'll say before we go in, it's kind of got GoatX as a dual sort of vision. It's got a vision and a dual meaning to it that I think perfectly captures the vision. So on one hand, what GoatX is looking to do is help Titanx become the greatest of all time in crypto. So a lot of us on this call, we're very we're very big believers in Titanx. A lot of us are very early investors, day one. 3 of us were in the mastermind. You know, we were a part of it from the genesis, really. So we all believe in it. We all buy into the fair principles, the fair ethos, where it's going, etc. So GoatX's role as a viral meme coin is what we're hoping to achieve with this, is to be a tip of the spear to bring in some new eyes, you know, hopefully retail and into Titanx to participate not just in GoatX, but also Titanx and other build on Titanx and X28, et cetera, within that whole ecosystem. But also for GoatX itself, it's not just another token pump. We're building the foundations of MemeFi with GoatX. You know, Inferno was the first sort of, you know, experiment, if you like, and it worked. It was successful, and I think it's going to have a massive, it's going to have its massive day era zone in the bull run in 2025. So I think through our sort of 92% burn and feed mechanics and auctions and social tiering system, we're kind of showing what's possible when you can combine memes and serious tokenomics. So, so yeah, I think unless you wanted to add anything there, Josh or Ali, maybe we could get into the minting process and start to get into the guts of the protocol.
Sounds good with me.
Yeah, you know, I just like to say the you see the amount of memes we're talking about, how easy it is to put goat into memes. I think it's going to bring a lot of life when we get this thing launched tomorrow, and we're like hyping it up every day of the 14 days through these mint cycles. The creativity really gets started, just like it did when we were going through the 8 weeks of Inferno minting. So what I really do think that this can do is, you know, there is so much memeability of it that we can actually just keep pumping out new content all the time, especially over these next 14 days. And I think that will start to bring a lot of eyeballs to Titanx and GoatX, especially with the way the 14 days of the minting goes, which we'll get into in the white paper. But the memeability is absolutely awesome with this one.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think what's even better is, like, you know, we've got we literally got a full time on the call designer working along with us. So like any ideas, like obviously I do my fair share. I sit down, a couple of beers, get on my laptop, you know, hit some memes because I enjoy it. But Irish actually has a designer working with him. So anything that comes up through any ideas, he's like, yo, Jay, can you do this? Can you do that? And then that's it, just firing them out. So that 14 days is going to be like, yeah, super explosive, because once that excitement starts and things start rolling, yeah, just like Inferno, the memes are going to be flying out. And I think that's how we're going to start entering into other ecosystems, other communities. Is just someone's going to catch the meme and go, oh, that's funny, I need to look into that. And then they enter the Titanx ecosystem. So yeah, that mint phase is going to be important, and it's going to be good fun.
I think Utah nailed it in one of the comments there. They come for the memes. They stay in Titanx for the ethos. So, you know, GoatX's role is a top of the spear protocol, but it's got a lot more richness to it than that. And before we get into the minting process, one thing I'll say on what Ali mentioned there, you know, with the velocity that you're seeing at the moment and other people might be seeing, you know, this isn't just, you know, before Goatmas, right? You know, after Goatmas tomorrow, you know, this is the standard of performance, and we're going to continue to raise the bar, because marketing and, you know, leading with memes and, you know, trying to get adoption, creating a tribe and a community, this is like, it's a full-time commitment. So there's so much stuff that we are developing in the product roadmap at the moment, which I'll talk about towards the end, to give it that longevity. So it's not just going to be memes. You know, we've got a marketing budget. You know, it is the GoatX tribe. When you look at some of the characters across the social hierarchy, they're in this kind of sort of mafia motorcycle style gang. So there's plans for an animation and a series, and, you know, all sorts of other bits and pieces that will continue this GoatX narrative and story, and bringing people into crypto, bringing people into GoatX, bringing people into Titanx.
Well said. Nice.
Right. So what does everyone have to do tomorrow? Get your Titanx ready. You know, I'm sure there's many people listening to this, and will be listening to this recording. It is a Titanx in protocol for your GoatX. So if any of you are sitting on the fence now, I do believe Titanx is only, what, 2x off the bottom? Is that right? Maybe a bit more.
Yeah, a little over 2x if I remember.
So, you know, we're hoping, and I don't think we're going to be too far off launching in and around that bottom zone. So I think it's a great opportunity for some people now to potentially buy some Titanx at these lows and get ready. So it starts tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. It's a Saturday. It's been quite low gas all over Christmas, which has been great. As I've had some Zen mints that I've claimed, which has been quite nice at the lower gas. So we won't talk about that. But the gas should be lower tomorrow. That's what we're hoping. But it's below gas at the moment, so that's great. And it's a 14 straight day cycle period. Now, the reason we have done that is we were very keen to get this fully capped and deflationary and hyper deflationary as soon as we could. We toyed with 28, and we just decided that actually, you know, Inferno was over 8 weeks. That kind of held the tension. It held the focus. We were in a different market then. So we decided we'd go for 14 days straight and actually only do a 2% reduction per cycle. So tomorrow's cycle, which is 24 hours, starting at 2 p.m. UTC, is a 1-for-1 ratio. So a 1 Titanx in for a 1 GoatX in return ratio. And that reduces by 2% over the 14 day cycles, which ends in cycle 14, which would be for every 1 Titanx in, you'll get 0.74 GoatX per Titanx back. So that's pretty easy to understand. I think one of the things that we really like about an addition that we put in the minting parameters here was we decided to put a daily Titanx cap in for a couple of reasons, really. We decided to go with 288 billion Titanx in per mint cycle. So one of the reasons was because we didn't want to have loads of inflation coming into the market. And secondly, we wanted to build, a bit of exclusivity, a bit of scarcity, and a bit of programmatic FOMO into the protocol. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I'm really intrigued. I think Ali, your video earlier today nailed it. It could go. It could be like those NFT sets. In the last cycle, it could just mint out very quickly, or it might not, and we just don't know. But we're confident with what we're bringing to the market here. So we feel with this Titanx cap that there's going to be enough competition to mint out for the 14 days, and that's the plan.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything to add, gents, or should we move on?
Yeah, the mint cycle here, it's so simple. It reduces by 2% every day. Tomorrow is the best rate you're going to get. One Titanx gets you one GoatX tomorrow, and it'll go down each day from there. But only 288 billion tokens at the current value. It's about $150,000 worth of Titanx, which is nothing. And this thing's minted out tomorrow. And hopefully we get a mint out tomorrow that really does start to help create the FOMO and the built-in scarcity that we've really tried to go for with this. This one's, loads of projects talk about scarcity. But this cap, the true capped supply, brings a totally different element to that term scarcity, and hopefully we absolutely nail it with this one.
Yeah, and I've also just brought in a few marketing principles I use in real life. So oversubscribed principles, having tension versus supply and demand. These are things I don't think are seen enough in crypto. So we've brought a bit of that to GoatX.
I think Audi King's got 288 billion ready to drop tomorrow, boy.
Not after what happened today.
He's going to close that mint cycle in the first 2 minutes. I can feel it.
Yeah. Right. Golly. I feel like that's achievable, though. That 288 should be pretty achievable.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've been watching what's been going on with recent protocols over the last 4 weeks. So, if we fully mint out over the 14 days, it gives some serious power into the protocol. And even if we don't, we still get serious power into the protocol. But what we want to do is we want to get off to a great start. Every protocol needs a good start. So if we do, mint out, which I'm confident we will do, pretty confident actually, then hopefully that will build into day 2, and then it happens again on day 2, and then people start to talk, and then it starts to get a bit of momentum. Obviously, it's different to Volt, but we saw when Volt suddenly had that massive run up, everyone was on it. I mean, everyone. So, we get off to a good start over the first few mint cycles then. And there's no other protocols being launching for the next couple of weeks, as far as I know. We've got a good chance, and we've got to market it, and we've got to spread the word and get on streams and, commit to the project and the vision.
Agreed.
Well said.
Do you want to take this, Josh or Ali?
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, so, look, tomorrow, 2 p.m., 28th of December, we start the mint cycle. Mint cycles every 24 hours, 14 days, and there is a set supply. And from those 14 days, there's a maximum supply of 6.4 trillion tokens. So if we do mint out every day, including what we allocate for the Goat feed and the liquidity pairing wallets and the future utility wallets, there can only ever be 6.424 trillion tokens. So I'll just jump into why we've got these allocations. They're not pre-minted, but when the contract goes live, there is an allocation of GoatX tokens that are minted to these free sort of allocations. So if we jump into the first one there, you've got 1.816 trillion goes to the Goat feed. So that essentially is the contract which stores the GoatX tokens, and that is where the auction contract pulls those tokens into that daily auction. So 8% of that feed is used every day to allocate into the auctions, which is then bringing that token onto the market, through the liquidity pools once those auctions are claimed. And then you've got 288 billion, which is one mint day's comparison of GoatX, and that's used for the liquidity pairing. So that will be purely used for bonding with Titanx and building out that LP. So that'll be it's a manually managed wallet. It's managed by the team, and that'll be utilized through the mint phase. Gradually build that LP up, keep it quite tight, quite low at the beginning, and then just slowly build that up and let that thicken up as so it'd be a natural cost because it's full range. So there's not going to be anything concentrated there. It's not going to be anything, there's not going to be any walls in place, buy or sell walls. It's just going to be very fluid, full range LP, and you'll see, we'll be very visible about how we're going to introduce that onto the market. And then finally, which is sort of my favorite part because it's, could be very interesting for future protocols, is that we've got 288 billion allocated to an LP wallet, which will support or could be used to support future builds with GoatX. So, we can provide liquidity with protocols that choose to build on top of GoatX, which I think is really, setting us up to have a good future there with stuff being built on GoatX. So if you just jump into how Titanx is the input token. So how is that distributed in the protocol? You've got 46% of the Titanx is used it's split out really. You've got it within the buy and burn, within the LP pools and the auction feed is then 30%. Then you've got 8% of that Titanx is used for other Inferno builds. So you've got 4% of the overall goes to the Flux Titanx LP, and that's we've named that the pool and burn. So how that works is that the Titanx is then sent over to the Flux Titanx LP. We start a single-sided position, and when that price ranges through that position, the Flux is pulled, and it's either sent to the E369 contract to be max staked forever, or we burn it. And again, that'll be all very open and transparent, and we'll present that information to the community when we're going to do those, those movements or those burns. So that's going to be really interesting because Flux is sort of one of the flywheels within Inferno ecosystem. And then you've got the other 4%, which is the other half of that 8%, is sent to Callum's protocol, which is Phoenix. And that Titanx is max staked forever within his protocol. And that is under the Inferno Kingdom, which again benefits that whole ecosystem and, allows to provide even more support to GoatX, Inferno, Flux, and everything else under that sort of banner. We've got 8% of the Titanx, which is sent to the Inferno buy and burn, which is just a straight burn of Inferno. So it goes to this contract, buys Inferno, and burns it. So that's going to be interesting to see because that's 8% every single day. So from all the mints, from all the auctions for the lifespan of the protocol, 8% is burning Inferno. And we just discussed earlier on that over 60% of Inferno has been bought and burned already. So, where could this potentially be in the next sort of 30 to 60 days is pretty interesting. And you've got an 8% Genesis no expectations allocation there as well.
Just a quick one on that, Josh. Part of the reason why Inferno built up so much hype was because we launched Inferno at the bottom of the market. Titanx was still kind of still going sideways for the first two weeks of the 8-week minting for Inferno. Once Titanx started pumping, it completely changed the dynamic of everything. Obviously with that, a lot of hype started coming. But what we seen was the value of the buy and burn start to increase exponentially. I think it went done like maybe a 4 or 5x during those few weeks that we were minting. And so we launched this at the bottom here, and we do get a nice little chunk of money stored up in the Inferno buy and burn, the GoatX buy and burn, all that stuff. Once, hopefully we're at the point here where we're starting to get a bit of a turnaround, maybe another week or so of sideways, and we start to see the values of all these allocations increase over time. It really does put a massive booster up the goat's arse.
And also it's like, even just for marketing, right? You can, if we have this really successful mint phase and we managed to store away Titanx off the market, whether that's in the Inferno buying ban or the GoatX buying ban. You know, you can, you know, a lot of people, they screenshot these balances and they send them out into other communities and look at this protocol. It's got X amount of value ready to buy and burn this coin here. So yeah, there's definitely launching. I think launching right now is, yeah, not financial advice, but feels like a really, really good time to launch a protocol. Definitely.
Yeah, launching at these cheap prices is better. The more Titanx gets burned, the more people start to use their money too.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, so I think one of the most intriguing aspects of this protocol is the social tiering system that I've brought to GoatX. So it's worth just talking about what was the thinking behind this. So I took a lot of inspiration from NFTs back in the last cycle. So how certain founders would drop a set and they would have rankings for how many NFTs that you accrued, which would then give you kind of statuses in Discords and you know, sort of a front seat in that product of, you know, NFT or character or whatever that particular founder was doing. Also with the rankings that we're very familiar with, so you know, the shrimp to plus kind of level, and the 1% supply club, which we brought to Inferno, which was, you know, encouraging people to see if they could get a position to get to 1%. And actually what we saw with that is that actually worked, right? If you look at some of the wallets in the sort of top 100 holders of Inferno, I think that sort of mentality, and it's not just people like me that talk about it. Marco, the Exicon now, as he calls himself, talks about it as well, which is, you know, one of the great things about Titanx is we all get an opportunity to get in on day one and participate on day one and get that opportunity in the early phase of a protocol to try and get, you know, a reasonable allocation. So we've brought all of that to this social classification system, and I brought the sort of GoatX tribe sort of narrative to it. So I've talked about it on some other streams. I don't watch loads of TV, but you know, when I do, I watch box sets, and so mafia gangs, you know, anything to do with the Italian mafia or motorcycle gangs or anything like that. I'm hunting it down. I'm watching it. You know, I just enjoy it. So I've kind of brought that to the GoatX tribe. So as you can see, top of the tree is the Goat Father. So that's the top of the tribe. You know, 1.5% of supply plus to get to that particular tier. So it could be, you know, in the first day tomorrow that someone comes in, wants to get a Goat Father position, and you know, suddenly mints out, you know, over 96 billion GoatX, and that's that tier secured straight away. The next one down is the GoatX, which is like a whale position, so 1% supply plus to just under 1.49. So again, someone could come, we could get 2 or 3 people could come in tomorrow. We don't know, and that'd be a minimum of 64, just over 64 billion GoatX. That'd be just over 64 billion Titanx. We've got the Apex Goat, which is the third tier. So that's a 0.5% class up until just under 1%. And then the fourth tier, the Goatee, which is a quarter of 1% up to just under 0.5% underneath the Apex Goat. And then, of course, the last one, which is the base Goat, which is your entry into the tribe. So that's your entry position. And look, each position means something, right? So I think it'd be really interesting to see what happens with this and the 92% burn and feed mechanics, the capped 14-day minting cycles of just 288 billion Titanx, and these 5 social tiering systems. The one twist to this, which we've added, is what we've called the Golden Goat NFT. So that would be anyone in the top 4 classification tiers. So the top 4 are Goatee, Apex Goat, the GoatX, and the Goat Father will be eligible for an airdropped Golden Goat NFT, which will be airdropped like a snapshot 88 days after mint, or any time towards 88 days. And that position will unlock real future opportunities to holders of those tiers. So one of the things that I'm looking to do, as I said at the start of this is just the beginning of this MemeFi story. So I want people to see it as a golden ticket into this MemeFi plan and roadmap of mine that I'm going to be developing. As I said, I see it as a potential, multi-billion-pound industry. My entrepreneurial side of me can see the opportunity. When you look at the meme coin market, I think the title of this stream, Crypto Audie King, is "Can GoatX take Titanx to the moon?" Right? I mean, it's a big statement, but why not? Right? The meme coin industry, I think, peaked at something like 80 billion in the last cycle, and I think DeFi had about 180 billion in total value locked in the DeFi industry. So when you combine the best of both worlds, I see a huge opportunity there. So anyone that gets into this and these tiers and gets this golden NFT, there'll be immediate rewards, but it is a golden ticket into what's going to be happening and what we're leading. Josh, did you want to add anything to that at all, or?
I'm muted. No, man, that was great. I think I've been testing the living shit out of this protocol for the last couple of weeks, and one of my favorite parts of it is like when you go to the stats tab, you've got all the tier classifications there with the different percentage holdings that you need to get to. You've got whether you're going to be eligible for the Golden Goat NFT, and then also you can click through these each tier, and we've got like share card which pops up. You've got which tier classification you're in. You can, just like Titanx had, you can share the image, you can screenshot the image. It's just really, it's kind of very interactive. The DApp's very interactive. You can share things. You can see where you rank in the hold account, and it's just trying to get that stickiness of people wanting to stay within our own MemeFi protocol and being able to share that meme around and get really involved instead of just holding a token or holding an NFT and not having anything to do with it,
Yeah, and each tier has its own PFP, which again people can share via the DApp on X if they wish. So that'll be an extra piece in there. It'd be interesting to see. One of the things I've always done in my career running businesses is build win-win communities. I love building communities. I think GoatX, the GoatX tribe, the meme side of things, I think we've got a real opportunity to build something quite special here. So we wanted to build a tiering system to, encourage people that want to come in and, get a, good position in the tribe, get up the hierarchy.
Yeah, I just think that the scarcity, like we're talking about the scarcity at the start of the 288 billion tokens a day capped, and this big incentive for people to try and get their a decent size share of the supply and hold on to them. 88 days, a snapshot within the first 88 days of the protocol or after the mint phase. We'll probably drag that out towards the end of the 88 days would probably make most sense. Just to hopefully entice people and incentivize people to keep those tokens held tightly in their wallets and add to that scarcity effect we're going for.
Well said.
Ali, do you want to give it a spin?
Yeah, big thing here, 46%. So of all the Titanx that comes in, 46% is allocated to the buy and burn. That's a huge chunk of the Titanx that's coming in. 8%, as we mentioned before, will be going to that LP wallet that will help the protocol long term. But 38% will be stored up to buy and burn GoatX off the market. We've seen the effects of, we have seen the effects of many tokens with high band burns, low band burns. But you know, the 92% that we went with for Inferno, even with the MEV attacks and stuff, you've seen the effect that was able to have on the protocol. So I think we'll be just keeping that 38% nice and high has been hopefully will be a smart move. 38% is a lot of Titanx stored up to simply buy GoatX off the market and straight burn it. Again, that all adds into that scarcity effect that we're going for. And so that's where the 46% goes. The other 30%, the Titanx will buy GoatX off the market and store it in that goat feed. So overall, there's 76% of the Titanx will be, will be aimed at getting GoatX off the market, which is huge. Not quite 72%. And we've obviously fixed all the MEV issues that we had with Inferno. Improved that with protocols that have come out since then. But the buy and burn, the buy and pool, the buy and feed mechanics in this protocol are freaking huge.
Yeah, I think it's easy to, it's easy for someone to see 38% and think, oh, well, other protocols have got 50% plus of a buy and burn percentage. But when you add in that, there's so much, so much more value that's actually, it doesn't have to be buy and burn, it's buy pressure. So as long as it's buying these tokens off the market and doing something with them, whether that's auctions, liquidity, burning, it's all, all value that's getting pushed into the liquidity pool, buying up the token and taking it off the market. So yeah, it's definitely got some high value that's going to be pushed through that.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice touches on this, with obviously from Inferno, there's a lot of nice touches added in here that I think will really help the protocol, not just long term as well, not just in the short term during the 14 days, but definitely in the mint cycles after the auction cycles after that.
Definitely. I think if we so that 30% that's then, so the 30% of the Titanx actually buys that GoatX off the market and that stores it in the Goat feed. So the Goat feed is like a vault which holds that GoatX token, which allows that to be used in the auctions, the perpetual auctions, as we move forward through the lifespan of the protocol. So there's 8%, only 8%. It's quite a low amount, but it means that there's a lot more value in GoatX locked off the market for a longer time frame. And so 8% is used every day into the auction, and that's what the users will come into the perpetual auction to bid to get their share of that daily auction. The ARB machine every day coming in. Is there an ROI? Come in, try and grab it, come back through, cycle through, recycle through the system. And that's what powers the system for the longevity. So the mint cycle is a really big, like, rocket booster of energy. And then it stores away in the feed. And then we have this small 8% trickle that just pushes through each day and brings that back. Does bring it back onto the market, but it brings it back in through the auction, which in turn means that people have to come into the auction and put value back into the system. So I think it's great because it just pushes that value out into the future instead of it's something that can, that GoatX can't be sold. It's taken off the market and it's there for, potentially months. I like that. And the reason why it's 8% is just to keep that longevity, push it further out into the future and keep the protocol really buzzing for a much longer period of time. Where are we?
Yeah, just on the perpetual auction. So obviously, all the Titanx coming in, we've just touched on there, 30% of that will buy GoatX off the market and store it in the Goat feed. 8% after the first 14 days, 8% of what's in the Goat feed will go into the auction for that day. So like Bad said there, it's not a lot of supply coming back on each day. That 8% has been, we tweaked around with a lot of numbers, lower numbers, much higher numbers. But we thought with the Titanx ecosystem where it's at, the bull run where it's at, that 8% give the project enough longevity that there is a decent supply available to come onto the market and have people bidding for. But at the same time, not running it out too quick, and also making it kind of end somewhere, hopefully near the end of the bull run as well. So yeah, a lot of thought went into what picking that 8% seems like a standard number plucked out of the air for the Titanx ecosystem, but the 8% being used daily in the perpetual auctions was very much calculated out. That we feel it's a good number.
Yeah, it's a fair amount in my opinion.
Yeah, when you actually see, like, we'll probably will share the spreadsheets of the potential future supply and how that's coming on. Maybe some people will kind of knock up those stats themselves, but whenever we launch, maybe share those spreadsheets that were used, because they're good information for anybody participating in the protocol to have, that they can see, based on, because it's capped and because the supply is fairly it's fairly obvious what the supplies will be if we mint out every day, to see what the 8% over time will be. You can get a good idea of what the future market, the future supply on market is going to look like.
I don't think we need spreadsheets. We've got Mike Dean, so we'll be good. We'll have Mike Dean rustle up a nice Titanx Hub Premium section for GoatX. So all that'll be there. You'll be able to see everything. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
All right, what do we got next? Liquidity pools. I like the way the guys designed here the liquidity pool, throwing in 5K at the start to keep a nice small liquidity pool, very, very pumpy, easy to pump the price, and then adding a little bit more LP after that once the sniper bots have done their work. Josh, do you want to get in a bit more detail there?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, this is something that me and Scott have gone back and forth with a lot in terms of, do you start at super low, or do you just add that value in, from the initial formation? But we're just seeing time and time again, every launch just gets absolutely, not every launch, but 90% of the launches get absolutely obliterated by, these bots that snipe the supply. They're set, they're ready, they don't care what coin it is, what ecosystem it is. They're just, it's a bot that's there. They take a new liquidity formation, and that's it. Just snipe whatever's in there, and they get all the supply, and they just begin to dump it on the real users' heads for the next sort of 24 to 48 hours. So we always before launch, we always advise not, and this is the only advice I'd really do ever give, is do not buy on launch. Like, you will get wrecked. The snipers are always there. They're always going to beat us. So unless you've got your own bot, I would just come into the mint cycle, or just wait 24 hours. And then, if you really are a buyer, and that's what you like to do, just wait for them sniper bots to exit, and then you can come in and play the game. But yeah, we set it really low, $5,000. And that's the reason for that is because we have to pair it with GoatX. So the lower the amount of Titanx that we put up, we have to reduce that amount of GoatX as well. So if we keep that really low and really tight, is that there's very little GoatX on the market, which means when the sniper bot comes in and buys that up from the pool, it's such a small amount that it really is irrelevant to. So when the mint cycle ends 24 hours later, that the amount of GoatX that the sniper bot has managed to gather or gain is insignificant to the amount of tokens that are coming onto market from the mint. So keep it really small. They come in. They're normally out within 24 hours, and then we can start to add in that extra $10,000. But that is just the initial formation. There is the 8% allocation from the Titanx, which is for the LP, and you've also got that 288 billion GoatX, which is allocated for the LP. So you will see there. You'll see a nice thick LP pool start to grow through the mint phase, but just really keep it really tight and really low for the initial formation, just to keep it nice and clean. But yeah, don't come in on don't come in and try and beat the sniper bots, because you're going to get wrecked. Just come into the mint phase. It's the best way not to get wrecked. It's the best way to get the cheapest price for the token.
So should do a little conclude. Can we show the DAP? Is that possible? Or
Whenever I click on the link, it's not letting me.
Just type it in. What is it? The GoatX.win.
I think
yes, that'll just pull the website up. That'll have the.
You're going into the DAP. Oh,
it's going to be a learning spin for the.
No, but to be fair, even if we just pull up the homepage and the protocol page, that'd be cool. So what I was trying to get up was the actual testnet version of the DAP, but because you haven't got an approved Versal account with us, Audi, that'll be why it's not working. So yeah.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
I didn't actually think of that when I shared the link.
It's all good. Oh, Utah's here.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
Utah.
Yo.
What's happening,
How's it
brother?
going, Utah?
It's going pretty good, man. Good to see all you guys.
Yeah, likewise.
Getting flashback of the old Inferno mint cycle days.
And I'm really getting excited for tomorrow. I'm gonna freaking smash it, like.
Yeah. It'll be exciting. Tell you
Utah,
what,
my man.
those
I miss you.
Inferno mint cycles, man. They're the funnest times I've had in crypto so far. So hopefully tomorrow is the same thing.
Yeah, they were so good. They really was.
The thing is, though, for the Inferno mint cycles, we had to really keep the hype going for 24 hours and try and these things could sell out really, really quick. It would be like a blast for like 4 hours, done, dusted, move on, next day.
There will be if Utah's playing. Utah's going to come in and clean up.
Utah's a goat at heart.
Utah, I don't really work. Utah goat gripter. Yeah, that works.
Utah and the goat house. There we go.
We're gonna have to rent out a goat house.
Let's have a quick look at the do you want to just scroll through this the protocol page, Audi?
Yeah, that works. You mean this one right here?
Yeah.
So what we've got here, what we did here was we condensed the Git book into just a one-page spread. So you can literally, through the DApp, you can come in and there's the protocol tab, and it's just got the entire white page in a really nice, simple summary on one page. That's my favorite. I love a white paper where I can just come in, one page, some nice graphics, and that's it. For me, going through a white paper with all this content is like, it just fries my brain. I'm a bullet point guy. I love people to just send bullet points to me. That's it. Like that makes me smile. So this page is like, yeah, I love this. This is purely for me, I think.
I agree. I'm the same exact way too. There's some that I'm just like, man, so many white papers. Like, and I'm a slow reader, bro. That's the bad part about me. Whenever I read, I take forever. And then whenever I'm reading, I tend to skip like one or two sentences and get ahead of myself because in my head I'm like, I'm reading, right? And I'm like, nah, I need to slow down.
Yeah, so this is super. This is great for you because this is just literally all the key points. You don't need to. If you want to come and play and GoatX tomorrow, this is the only page you need to look at, in my opinion.
Agreed. The timing on it is good too. On the launch times, 2 p.m. UTC.
Yeah, so that's 28th of December, 2 p.m. UTC. We're getting close. I've got a lot of memes to make.
Yeah. We've got about 250 memes to wade through in the competition as well.
Dang.
That's insane. Good luck picking. Although it's not that bad when you start flicking through the contenders for winning the competition usually stand out quite a lot from the rest.
Yeah. There's one animation which is superb. But yeah, there's a few cut and pasters in there.
Have you entered my Gertz and Roses into the competition?
You've got to enter it. I'm not entering it for you. It is welcome. All entries are welcomed. Crypto Audit King, do you have any questions, or
no, it's all pretty straightforward and simple, especially with the protocol page right here that helps organize everything together as well. But for the most part, it's pretty good.
Okay, appreciate it.
Nice.
Looks clean. I like the little the color, like it just stands out too, and the contrast of it looks really clean. I know.
Yeah,
I
know you asked for dark mode. There it is, right there.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say that too. I did see a peek of who was it that show Flare, that's who it was, from Smooth Crypto.
Yes,
He showed me I don't know if any of y'all have seen it. He showed me his preview of his, and that is clean. Like, that website is good.
Nice.
Yeah, he gave me a sneak peek too. He can't help himself. He gave me a sneak peek in the backstage, before we streamed. Man, it is beautiful. I absolutely love it.
I had absolutely nothing to do with that.
Just trying to take no credit. You don't deserve any credit anyway.
Nice, so nice. It's good. But wait till you see the GoatX one, man. I've been playing on it literally for weeks, and I'm addicted to it. The animations, the color, the contrast,
You're ready.
The UIs that are coming out of Titanx at the minute are just going to another level. I don't really delve into many other ecosystems, but I cannot imagine that the quality is where we're going. Like, I think we just do everything better, like literally.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Smooth. I was like, the Titanx UI, like, it was a game changer, right? It was like the nicest UI that I'd ever experienced in crypto. And now it's like that's Stone Age compared to everything else that's come out so far. It's like everything just gets elevated so fast and improved on so fast in this ecosystem. It builds some really awesome. I don't know how to explain it. I guess
it made me realize Richard Hart's effort on Pulse X was pretty paltry compared to what Brandon's just done with Switch. But yeah, I mean, it's night and day compared to any other ecosystem, isn't it?
Yeah, everything just gets elevated. All the builders are like, "Oh, I like that," or "Hey, how about we tweak this or we do that?" And everything just gets elevated, man. Pushing the limits all the time. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of innovation, even just in terms of design, like just being really involved in design and pushing it forward and making it something that's really special. I think you just don't see it. Like you do in the high level mainstream development industry, you do see some of these really high end designs, but in like DeFi stuff, like you generally just see like a box, a button, an image. Like you don't really. It doesn't really get to the levels that we're trying to push it to. I think it's amazing. Like, honestly, I can't imagine where we're going to be in like a year's time. Like, I really can't.
Look at that smile on your face. You love this part of it, don't you? This is your favorite part.
Yep. Definitely. And the funny thing is, Utah, I've got all my in-laws, brother-in-laws, father-in-law, my wife, all her friends, they're all in the house down the bottom there, and I'm in the back.
He kept saying in-law, all his own family don't like him.
Yeah, they've known me longer. Yeah, they've known me. I had them down the week before, but yeah, it's just this is the time when you've spent months building something, you've really put in the work, like hours and hours and days, and then when you get so close to launch, it's just it's a rush. The adrenaline's super exciting. Like tomorrow, we're gonna do a stream. Tomorrow, we're gonna do a launch stream. Try and get everyone on there. The GoatX might appear. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we only got 14 and a half hours. We'll be pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man.
Get a good
Yeah, we'll
night's
get here in
sleep.
a quick. Yeah.
Have you got any questions? Anything that's niggling you, or what do you think?
No, I really like that you guys changed it to 2 p.m. UTC. Seems like that's a new standard that's kind of being set also, because it kind of works for everybody.
Agreed.
So I think
Yep.
it's really good. It's optimal time. So that's awesome. And then for like auction participation and in minting and all of that, it's a good time for everybody. So you want to include all those different time zones in the world, even Utah. Blaze auctions close at like 3:30 a.m. my time or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a little rough.
What's been your favorite meme?
Oh, I'm not sure, man. Let me scroll through some more and see.
There's some really good ones.
The goat bless America is pretty good. Like,
I did enjoy a goat few men with the Mo on there.
oh, the Mo. Yeah.
Even like, we're talking about innovation and like how we're quickly progressing. If you even just look at the images we was creating for when GoatX was just literally a scribble on the back of a fag packet, the GoatX image to what we have now is literally like worlds apart. Like we had this green goat with the if you go to the white paper, we've got this green goat with the Inferno bull, and it's like become like a whole different world compared to that. Like it's interesting how ideas evolve so quickly.
Proper meme now. It's good there's something different as well, because all these other memes coming through are just like a derivative of Pepe, That's quite boring. Yeah, my designer's class.
I see a lot of good ones in here, man. I'm going through your Twitter right now. Robo Goat, that's pretty cool.
Oh, I do like that one too. That's a good
fucking LF Goat. Yeah, it's just
in the Goat Tricks. I like that too. I like all of them, man. Goat fellas. It's so memeable. Like
That's
Audi
badass.
King was saying, you could throw goat on anything, man, and just start
Quite literally,
stuff
man.
up.
Yeah.
It's
I like it.
real
It's easy.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want with the meme coin.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Very good.
So tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. That's what it's all about. A good attack on the first mint is all we need. The Titanx ecosystem, it's got everything that people could want in DeFi. Obviously, well, there's a few things coming. Morpheus launching Switch, and Ouroboros coming. The standard that we've got and all the toys and tools that we'll have for DeFi are amazing. And I think between the goat and the bull, we can satisfy any meme coin fetishes that people have that if they want to come in the Titanx ecosystem. This this new edition, GoatX, launching tomorrow, is going to be a big addition to the Titanx ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, everything's better here, even the memes. I was thinking about this earlier today, and I was like, look at Inferno. We didn't even take Genesis from Inferno. That was our gift to the community. We launched Inferno, and it's audited. It was audited, fair launch, 60%'s already burned. I mean, as far as memes go, it doesn't get more solid than that. And GoatX, is going in the same direction with MemeFi. Everything we do over here is just better. I mean, these aren't your typical memes.
Agreed. Yeah, that's why it has to be tip of the spear. At some point, I think an avalanche of new users are going to come flooding in, and they'll suddenly say, "What's this meme? This is a better deal than meme coins." Oh, right, look at these auctions. I mean, that's much better than it is over in Z. And because when you get into this ecosystem, there is just something for everyone. Like it literally is a protocol for anyone's fancy. But I do think the MemeFi is and GoatX is top of the spear to really try and bring in that sort of fresh fresh set of investors and users and participants.
Just to quickly cover, so like Brandon and like the Morpheus crowd there, they've launched Switch, which is a DEX aggregator within Titanx. So GoatX will, within the mint phase, we will have a link in the DApp which links straight to Switch, so you can buy GoatX straight from Switch, and that link will be, directly in there in the DApp. So we want to include everyone in what we're building and try and give props and give shout outs to everyone building in the ecosystem. So I think that'd be quite a nice touch. Instead of having the Uniswap link, we'll go straight to Switch. So I think that's a good tip of the hat, me lady, to Switch.
Yeah, Switch. I'm looking forward to that one. Like, I tried to do some switches yesterday. I don't think it's fully out, is it?
I think early days. There's just some teething issues, but
Okay.
it's launched. Yeah.
Because I did try to record a video yesterday while using it to show everybody, but it did not go that good.
I think jump back in. I think they kind of resolved most of what was going on there, but it's mostly, when you get these things live, it's mostly just front end issues, like generally just front end bugs that need a little tweak. All the contracts are running exactly as per design, but just sometimes the front end can bug out and you need a couple of little additions and tweaks, and then it's all good. So, we're dealing with that with GoatX today. Everything is sweet. Smart contracts are absolutely perfect. Audits have come back clean with zero findings on the second audit. And it's just UI stuff. It really is as simple as that. And it just takes a few hours just to go through, make sure the front end dev is, on the ball and closing out the issues. And there you go. Within a couple of hours, everything is perfect. And yeah, we're ready for tomorrow. So it's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, good.
Sweet. Let's freaking go. That's my favorite one. I'm going to say that from now on out.
Let's fucking goat.
Let's fucking goat.
Brilliant. Well, on that note, gents, I really need to get back into my house full of family that I've left.
No worries.
Same here.
Right, Goat. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, boys. Y'all have a great night.
Take care,
Right,
everyone.
Later.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you all viewers
See you
too.
later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.